I said, okay, sure. You want to do that, Pete? He says, yeah, I'd love to do that. I said, all right, well, let's make it happen. So here we are. We're kicking it off to do this time together because Pete suggested we should. Isn't that nice? Isn't that great? Everyone glad about that? So you are going to get a ton of great ideas. So before we get started, I wanted to bring up Karen LaFontaine, a great friend to me and to the Donor Motivation Program. And Karen, come on up here with me. And I wanted Karen to kind of kick off our time together, share a little bit of her heartbeat and some of what she has seen happen and some of the work she's been doing. So would you please welcome Karen LaFontaine? Would you please? Thank you. So Karen, give a little background. We're both Yankees and proud of it, of course. And no apologies to the Southerners in here about that. Of course, my wife's a Southerner, so I can say what I want about that. Give a little background. You started into development in 1994 up in Boston, correct? So give a little background on where you kind of started, who you were with, that kind of thing.
Yes, I started my first development position in Boston in 1994, working for the Museum of Fine Arts. That's a world-class art institute, which also has a world-class museum school and art school associated with it. And in a first development job, I was charged with the responsibility to actually introduce a donor cultivation and stewardship program for a major individual gift circle that really loved contemporary arts and supported the school. And that's not usually the place where a development associate starts, but that gave me a wonderful grounding in annual campaign and got to see major gift solicitation with individuals up front, and also that legacy piece very early on in my career. In 1998, I came on down to Atlanta, and I worked for a number of health and human service organizations, most notably the American Foundation for the Blind here in Atlanta, where I launched a multi-year, multi-million-dollar capital campaign to expand programs across the nation. There, I secured a lead gift of $1.25 million from a corporate partner, UPS Foundation, and I would also secure a $1 million challenge grant from the Woodruff Foundation. I've also served other human services organizations, Prevent Child Abuse Georgia on its senior management team, and also the YWCA of Greater Atlanta. Throughout my career, I've always been very much a champion for fundraising education, and have served the International Association of Fundraising Professionals as chair of its conference education committee the year the International Fundraising Conference came to Atlanta in 2006. And so I'm very, very happy here to be here today supporting Barry and my new friend Peter in this program, because I do very much encourage fundraising education, and I'll very much encourage anything that helps you get those legacy gifts for your nonprofit.
And good gifts are great, right, Karen? And so you talk about getting some great gifts and grants, and one of the things I love most, though, about that is the relationship piece you bring to it. And one of the big pieces of that for you is always thinking, stewarding the relationship, right? And how does Plain Giving help you just think about that? So it's folks, so yeah, everyone in the room, there's folks that are kind of new to Plain Giving, have been around Plain Giving, but Plain Giving is essentially about stewarding relationships. So talk about your heartbeat around that and why that's so important to steward relationships in a process like that.
Having worked with Barry and the Donor Motivation Program at a local nonprofit here in the last couple of years, it really did speak to my heart in that early experience in stewarding relationships with donors, that cultivation and stewardship piece of fundraising. You know, we as fundraisers, we're often running that annual campaign. We have those capital gifts if we're in that capital campaign to go after. We have major special gifts initiatives, and we have that annual calendar looking at us, our fiscal year, our 12 months timeline to meet specific financial goals. And then here is our Plan Giving program and our Legacy Giving program, which doesn't fit inside that 12-month calendar. We have to go at the pace of that donor whose legacy gift might be 3 years from now when they sell their business and retire and need a thought-out plan for what they want to do with their charities while they're taking care of themselves in retirement and their kids and their grandkids. And, That's not the favorite gift maybe that our bosses, CEOs want to hear about, because that's down in the future. But it is those are the kinds of conversations, those stewardship conversations that we have to have through the year as development professionals and growing a legacy gift program. And so for a planned giving program, it's essential to be on the donor's timeline, to learn what they care about and when it's going to be executed for them, and keep gifts in the pipeline. And I think really that's what Peter and Barry will really talk about today and feature in their presentation.
And we got to work together today. Most recently, Karen and I did, which was really great. Maybe a couple of the results that happened in terms of conversations with people we identified, that kind of thing. What happened as a result of working together with the Donor Motivation Program, what you as a development professional were able to get from that. If I can think about the folks that we were able to meet and that kind of thing.
I think that one of the things that struck me the most is when people would call me or email me and tell them that it was so wonderful to get to